You're good.
Welcome to the, what's the date today? May 1st edition of the Resource Management Committee. My name's Phil Curran, and I'd like to start out with a roll call.
Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mrs. Hanchett,
Here.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mr. Sear,
Here.
Mr. Demick,
Here.
Mr. Fanton,
Here.
Mrs. Ricketts Wales,
Here.
and Mr. Harris. 7 present.
Very good. Ask for a vote on approval of minutes of April 3rd.
Demick will move.
Ricketts Wales will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Not seeing Scott, we'll move right on to Laura. Who has a very,
Not much to share beyond what is in my report, and I don't know whether to apologize for the length or to say you're welcome. It depends on your view of how much information you want. So it's obviously spring, and we're getting into all of our gardening classes. We just offered a pesticide recertification and certification class. So anybody that has a pesticide license and applies restricted chemicals has to have a license.
Yeah.
And so we hadn't really been offering these classes regularly. So it's nice to get back on a schedule where we can collaborate with the DEC and offer these classes on a more regular basis. So that was, it was good for the people that were able to register for that. We're getting ready for a fair. Yep, go ahead.
As far as registration for, or certifying for fertilizing, I saw an interesting article that Hochul is putting a ban on certain kinds of fertilizers and certain times a year, and within 30 feet, is this something of water? Is this something new, or it might be 20 feet from a water source?
I don't know the specifics on that. I know that when I was with Maryland Extension, with the Chesapeake Bay and all the issues they have with runoff and water contamination there, that was an issue, and as well as staying away from ditches as far as a certain distance. But I can find out and get back to you.
Okay, it was just something that recently came up in the paper, and I was interested in it. I hadn't heard of it before, which it probably is not too new. Thank you, Laura.
Laura, where would people go about getting licensed?
To apply pesticides,
Yeah.
I'll send you information. I'll send it to Brenda, and she can share it with everybody. But basically, it's through the DEC. That's who your license would be through and who
Okay.
administers the exam, and then we would just teach you how to pass the exam.
Right.
Is it a
Okay.
pretty lengthy course or a pretty easy thing to obtain, or?
Depends on your background. Sometimes the questions, it's like if you read too much into them, you just got to take it at face value. And C is generally the
Thanks. I'd
best
be
answer.
interested in that as well. Thank you.
Mr. Healy?
Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Yes.
How about tractor safety courses, any of those coming up?
So I know that in the past, we have done it both with BOCES. We've been doing it over at Cuba Rushford. Lynn had mentioned that something changed recently this year. I think it's going to be in collaboration with Cuba Rushford again, because Carly Santangelo, their ag teacher over there, helps out. But generally, it's 14 to 16-year-olds, or are you looking for something that would be for older adults?
Well, all the above,
All the above.
I think is good.
Yeah, I do too. Well, so it's a long.
Mr. Harris is looking forward to attending one, I'm sure.
Oh, I think that we could definitely, get him on one of the
Already taken.
simulators. You already took it?
Taken and passed.
Well, you might need to get recertified.
Probably.
Let's not go there.
It's tractor safety. Usually it's held in mid-June, and it had been just a week straight. And I think what's going on this year is that they're separating it a little bit more now, so it's not all back to back. So I don't know if it's been confirmed yet or not. Yep. So in honor of Earth Day, I did include the curriculum that Alyssa was using to describe sunflowers and how they grow, and the kids brought a newly planted sunflower home with them, and how they can get it to ideally be successful at their house. So I thought you guys might like to see how the whole process works as far as, teaching kids and doing hands-on activities and stuff, so.
Yeah, I looked through this carefully. Very good. Anyone have anything else? Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I was just reading here about under your sunflowers. It says sunflowers can grow up to 10 feet tall. Mm-hmm. That's as tall as a 2-story house.
Well, so this is, depends on whose home it is. Maybe it's more like a split level or a raised ranch. Part of it is underground.
Gnome home.
Yeah, a gnome home, exactly, or a yurt or something. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't write it. Did you want to find out where that house is and make sure it's being taxed appropriately?
I want to see the house with the sunflowers.
Being taller than the house, that would be cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
okay.
Laura, I wish I'd had that curriculum for Earth Day. I was lucky enough to be in a school and worked with second graders, and we did some Earth Day activities and so forth, so it was fun.
Well, feel free to give us a call if you're ever looking for an idea or some documents, or I'm sure we have stuff that would
sure
apply
you
to
do.
your situation.
Thank you.
Very good. Everybody set? Thank you. Young lady, were you here for Scott? I'm sorry that I just recognized you. And, yeah, come on up.
New to share.
Mr. Chairman, yes, could you identify yourself for the listening public?
The right button.
Yes, my name's Emily Culkin. I'm here on behalf of Scott. He said you all should have received his report. The only thing that wasn't in there that could be added is that we are working with the Parks Department and the folks over at the Greenway Trail to do a stream bank stabilization over in Rockville Lake. They're kind of taking over the project. It's technically their right-of-way and land, but the goal is to stabilize Black Creek where it runs along Rockville Lake so that hopefully Rockville Lake doesn't lose all of its water. So.
Good, very good.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And maybe you know or not. Have you guys been able to address the creek issue off of 19 by Tucker's Corner in that area? For that
Yes,
one?
actually, we went and looked at that, I believe it was Monday.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So hopefully we get our excavator up and running here soon, and I think the plan is that we will be working on that project. It'll be another permit that we're working on as well. We've had some updates to our regional permit, so we now have to apply through Army Corps for any general permit we need, so.
It's not easy, huh?
No.
Thank you for following up on that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Seeing none,
Okay.
I thank you, and I apologize for skipping over you.
That's okay. Thank you.
We'll see you. Okay. Moving on. It's not Carissa, so it's gotta be Mallory.
I'm back. So we have a couple more to go over with you today. First is a request for resolution to create a donation agreement between Allegheny County and the Allegheny County Historical Society located in Andover, New York. What we're seeking to donate and grant your approval to donate is the collection of Allegheny County historical information consisting of genealogy records and research. So we have miscellaneous research based on surname and individual. We have obituaries. We have research on actual binders of research on families, something that is not actually under the purview of the county historian's office. The county historian by law has specific duties and responsibilities, and genealogical research is not one of those. So we know that our Allegheny County Historical Society provides that service to community members and people that once had family lived here. So we wanted to make sure, with your authorization, of course, that we could provide those resources to them.
Hanchett will move it.
In a second,
Ricketts Swales will second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. That is a good place for it. Yeah.
So next is, we are coming to you requesting a resolution creating the Allegheny County 250th American Revolution Commission in preparation for the celebration of the upcoming semi-quincentennial. I practiced that a couple of times. Many counties have created local commissions to help advise local governments and organizations on celebrations and activities related to the semi-quincentennial. Allegheny County previously formed a commission for America's bicentennial in 1976, and it's fitting that the county makes similar efforts to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
I agree.
Patton will move it.
Second,
Hanchett will second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
And
Another-
this
another-
next one,
Another good thing.
yeah. I'm gonna trade spots with Allison at the moment for the next one. Thank you.
The next request from the county administrator is to enter an agreement with the Allegheny County Agriculture Society in accordance with County Law Section 224, subsection 5, subject to the review and approval of its terms and conditions by the county attorney. This is just our annual appropriation agreement for $8,000 that we give them that is included in our 2024 budget. It'll be for 1 year, retroactive from January 1st, 2024 until December 31st, 2024. And it just is for the specific purpose of the maintenance of the fairgrounds and the buildings, and any funds that the society does not expend for the year will be returned to the county.
Demick will move that.
Ricketts Swales will second.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
And then the last MOE that we have for you this afternoon is a request on behalf of the Soil and Water Conservation District to approve a resolution authorizing the county to enter into an MOU with the Finger Lakes Trail Conference, which is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, to construct and place a lean-to on a portion of the Finger Lakes Trail that passes through Allegheny County. It connects onto county lands and forest. There is no cost to the county for the lean-to, and the Finger Lakes Trail Conference shall provide all routine maintenance to the lean-to and any associated structures. The Finger Lakes Trail Conference will also provide trail maintenance, including but not limited to picking up litter, brushing of the trail, and routine pruning. The Finger Lakes Trail Conference will follow all applicable county laws, rules, policies, and procedures necessary to complete the project. And we are requesting that the chairman of the board be authorized to sign this MOU, subject to the review and approval of terms and conditions by the county attorney. Emily is here today, and if there's any questions about the actual lean-to, I know that she can address that information for the board.
Hanchett will move.
Seer seconds.
Is there any questions on the lean-to?
I've seen it. It's exciting that something will happen
Gary,
like that.
go ahead.
So where exactly is this in the county?
And would you like
So the proposed lean-to will be up on Rattlesnake Hill. It's across from the property where we're going to be having the most recent timber harvest. Their ideal location is about a mile off of England Hill Road. Yeah,
Yeah,
up in Swain.
yeah, it's east.
Thank you.
East of Swain. Very good, thank you, Emily. Okay. Do we have a second?
And I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried.
Thank you.
Old business? New business? Good of the order. I'll ask for an adjournment.
Sarah will make that motion.
And a second?
Hatchet will second.
All those in favor? Aye. I knew it.